Good morning, everyone. RV life has begun, and I've got all our washing I need to do. Check this place out. We've just woken up in Victoria, which is actually the capital of BC. I didn't know that. I thought it was Vancouver. But beautiful place, and we're in this RV park which is right on the seaside. But I'm going to take you for a little walk around the harbour. We're going to go do the washing first. Let's go. This is the clubhouse, and I've got a laundry room code I need here. Hang on a sec. Oh, the seaplanes, there's just like so many seaplanes here, constantly taking off. I was hoping for 2 machines. We've only got 1 machine available. Damn it. Whew. Warm out there. Alright, we might just have to do one at a time then. It's been a week on the road so far. It's been amazing. We had a couple of days over in Vancouver, and then we had a ferry across to Vancouver Island. And the ferry over here was just incredible because it goes between smaller islands as you're making your way over to Vancouver Island. It's just stunning, the nature, the landscapes, the wildlife. And we crossed through this narrow little channel with another ferry coming towards us as well, same ferry, just going the other way. It was just like so amazing, so picturesque. Right, I've got to figure out how this works. I need to put some loonies in here as well. Got a tiny little laundry tabs. Chuck a couple in. 1, 2. These are the loonies, by the way. Canadian dollar. It's got a little picture of the loon on there. All right, normal warm. Yeah, let's just go. All right, we're on. So I'll have to come back for the rest. Wash at 40 minutes. I'll do a little timer. All right, first chore done. But yeah, check this place out. It's so nice. I've actually just spent the morning up in the clubhouse, which is here, watching the sunrise. I got up at 6 a.m, or just before 6. I'll show you the view. And then you can see as well the other RVs here, which are ridiculous. These are like big American style RVs, the proper coaches that people probably sold their houses for. Oh, look at this. So yeah, this is the clubhouse. We've got a little outdoor balcony here. And yeah, this is like a hangout spot for everyone in the RV park. It's not a very big RV park. Hey, bud. Oh. Enjoying the view?
Sorry?
Enjoying the view?
I am.
Lovely, isn't it? Yeah, so here is the balcony, and you can see, look at these RVs. You got some like smaller ones here, but the massive ones. There's our tiny little one here. Good spot. Nice little clubhouse. Anyway, let's go for a little walk around the waterfront because I think we'll see some wildlife. Yeah, look at these RVs. They're just ridiculous, really. They have the pull out, the slide outs as well. So not only do you have all the floor space, you get extra floor space when the whole thing slides out. Even the trailers do that. It's so cool. Look at this thing. This is just a monster. a monster of a trailer. I think you need like a truck to tow that thing. That's insane. But yeah, like I said, it's not a big park. Little park. It's just like one little roundabout, and then it's like on this little peninsula here. I really wanted to fly the drone here, but because we've got all the seaplane action going on next door, you're not allowed to fly drones here, unfortunately. Oh, look at these houseboats down here, are really cool as well. Look at those. And people just live like full time in these houses. There's quite a few of these little marinas around Victoria. We were in the city yesterday. It's a really, really nice city. It's much more interesting, I think, than Vancouver. I'm probably going to annoy a lot of people by saying that, but I think it's got more charm to it. It definitely has like more, I don't know, I don't want to say soul, because obviously Vancouver, there's so much going on there, but Vancouver's got so many like high rises, skyscrapers in the downtown area that it kind of, yeah, it's all very like similar. Whereas like here you've got a lot of the old buildings, especially around the like marina front, the downtown area of Victoria is like really picturesque, really cute. But yeah, let's take a little wander around this marina and we can see the houseboats. I've seen 2 Sea Otters already since I've been here in Victoria, less than 24 hours. I saw one over in there's a floating village over near the city called Fisherman's Island, Fisherman's Creek or something. Fisherman's Village. And yeah, there was a little sea otter just swimming in between the floating houses there, and I was like chasing after it, but then it ducked down underwater. This is so this spot here, this is actually where you get the water taxi from. We took a water taxi yesterday from here, and it's these tiny cute little boats. They're so adorable. They're all like wooden inside, and the captain, he was like telling us all these stories about the wildlife, the seaplanes. Did you know that here this is the only sea-based airport in North America? It's a runway which is in the harbour here. There's 2 runways actually, but we found out all this from the water taxi. It was just great. We learned so much, and he's really really informative and like charismatic, I guess, as like a captain of the water taxi. But this here is a little barber shop as well, so you can come down, get a little haircut, beard trim, and then take a water taxi over to the main city. Right, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for sea otters now. The water's so still, which actually makes it easier to spot them, because all I'm looking out for is just like little ripples. If you see little ripples close together, something's moving through the water, and chances are around here is going to be a sea otter. It's a cute little community though, isn't it? Like people, I don't know, I just didn't really think there would be such a community down here, just on the water in these little like floating villages. It's really cool. Any sea otters? I can't see any yet. Let's go for a walk. Look at this, spring flowers. Everything's in bloom. Spring's coming. It's not that cold actually, it's quite nice. Quite a lovely temperature in the mornings here. This is called Captain Jacobson's Park here. there was I guess a captain. Jacobson's my last name, by the way, but this Jacobson spells his name a little bit differently. And this was his land here, this park. And this house right here, that house here, that used to be his residence. I think, not sure if it's still within the family, but, oh, here we go. Captain Victor Jacobson was born in Finland, 1859, of Swedish parents, and sailed the world as a youth before settling in Victoria in 1880. So he built this house in 1893. And apparently the decorative details are known as steamboat Gothic. So there's some, not sure if you can see the intricate details on the arches above the windows there. But yeah, sounds like an interesting character. My family heritage comes from Norway, so not Finland. But yeah, this is Captain Jacobson Park. I drove past that yesterday and I thought, that's my park. But it's spelled differently. But look at this house. So he had this house and this land, and then I guess his family have donated that land to the council, to the city, as like a public space now. But it's so pretty. Look at it with the cherry blossoms. What a lovely place, eh? Wonder who lives there now. Yeah, Victoria as a city to visit, I think is very tourist friendly. It's like got a big welcome sign. I feel like a lot of cruises come here as well. You've got a boat which runs, like, I think it might be daily from Seattle. So America comes up to Victoria. There's a big welcome sign at the front there, and yeah, it's like, I don't know, it feels like very tourist friendly, this place. The city's very clean as well. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of the West Bay Walkway, which actually goes all the way around Victoria Harbour and takes you into the city. We're not going to do all of it, I don't think. We'll see how far we get. But I got to be back for the washing in 40 minutes. So we've got half an hour to go. But this is going to be a lovely walk, and hopefully we see some sea otters. That's the goal. Hey, bud. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
See any otters?
Sorry?
Did you see any otters?
Not today.
No, okay.
But, well, mind you, I've been watching him and going for it, but
Okay.
it's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. I went all the way to Bastion Square and back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's well worth it.
How long does it take?
Oh, I mean, if I walk to the Empress and back, it's an hour and a half.
Okay.
So if you're walking at a good pace,
Yeah.
yeah, I walk just kind of crazy.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah. I was like, if you're going to see the otters, though, they're typically just past here, and keep an eye out. When you get off this path here and it comes onto concrete,
Yeah.
that's a hummingbird sanctuary.
Oh, is it?
Look really close.
Okay, cool.
It's hard. They're hard to spot. But
Yeah.
Yeah. It's worth seeing.
Nice one, man. Thanks.
All right.
I'll see you later on. That's the host of the RV park. So he's saying just up here, past here, is where we might see otters. But he was the one telling me that, yeah, this is the place to spot otters when we checked in yesterday. But how nice is this? Look at this. What a setting. It's so picturesque. To live in a houseboat, I wonder what that would be like. Ooh. I wonder if I can hear hummingbirds. There's like a high-pitched squeaking noise. He said there's a hummingbird sanctuary just around here as well, which would be quite cool to see. Oh yeah, migratory bird sanctuary. The water's so clear as well. I might go in. I might go in before we leave. Man, it's beautiful. And this is such a nice walk. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really, really loving Victoria. It's a really nice city. Do sea otters, do they sleep in the ocean or do they sleep on land? They must have little burrows like on the shore, surely. I found out that sea otters have quite a few predators they got to look out for. Sharks is one of them. Or we can see a seaplane taking off over there. Yeah, so that's a runway. I guess that would be like an international runway because I think they fly to Seattle from here as well. It's pretty close. But yeah, otters have got to look out for sharks, killer whales, eagles as well when they're pups. So they've got a fair few predators to look out for. But there's just so much wildlife around here. Have you guys seen any otters along here?
We haven't seen them, but we've seen their paths. But I think
Paths?
like the trails that go into the
Oh,
bushes.
okay.
But I think they get up a little bit earlier.
Oh, right, they're gone.
Yeah,
They're off to work for the day.
Yeah, either off to work or back in bed.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Might be a little bit late to see the otters. But I did see some yesterday afternoon. I don't know, like when is the best time to see them, but I did see 2 yesterday in the afternoon. Yeah, one over at the Fisherman's Village and then one just swimming past our little campsite peninsula there and into the houseboat area. I wonder if they come up, like in like a normal house, you'd have like stray cats come in and like steal your cat's biscuits and stuff. I wonder if they get like otters like sneaking up into the houseboats and stealing food. I guess if you leave food out, they probably would sneak up onto the balconies and nick little bits and pieces. But I haven't seen any otters just yet. We'll keep looking. I'm also looking for this hummingbird sanctuary. The hummingbirds, they actually love the cherry blossoms. They'll just like float or hover next to a cherry blossom tree and just like get the nectar out of the flowers. So right now all the cherry blossoms are in bloom, obviously. And oh, I thought I saw one then. Yeah, and there's lots of flowers out, so hopefully lots of hummingbirds as well. Let's go up here and have a little gander. I wonder if we can see any hummingbirds up here. I actually got up super early this morning with the sunrise to watch it. I knew it was going to be a good one. We had a beautiful sunset last night as well. I feel like when you're in a place like this, right on the water, you just got to make the most of it. I just couldn't take my eyes off it last night. I can hear a little swallow or something up there. But yeah, let's talk about RV life. We've been in the RV for a week. So the first week we were actually in Vancouver area. We were still hanging around there doing a little bit of filming for my other channel. But then we made our way over to Vancouver Island to start our big road trip through Vancouver Island. This is like one of the best places to come if you're doing the whole RV life on the road thing. So we've come over to spend about a month here, hopefully. But yeah, the first couple of days was a little bit interesting. I'm still getting used to the size of the RV. It's massive. Morning. It's big, like it's a Ford It's a Ford E350, which is quite a big truck anyway. Oh, look at this. This is nice. Otter. Yeah, it's a big truck anyway, but it's got a massive cab on the back, a massive like container. I don't know. It's like the living space, right, of the RV on the back of it. So you've got like an extra foot on each side past your cab, and then you've also got the mirrors as well, which extend another like, I don't know, 6 or 8 inches out. So it's quite hard to get used to. And the other thing is I'm driving on the other side of the road here, which is another thing to contend with. But I actually clipped someone's wing mirror. I'm really embarrassed to say that, but especially with all of my driving experience over the years. I used to be a truck driver in Australia, and was driving down one of the, I think I just saw an otter. I was driving down one of the narrow like arterial roads in Vancouver, North Vancouver, clipped someone's mirror because I was driving down this road. There was like cars parked on one side, there was traffic coming on the other side. It was quite narrow, and yeah, I just clipped his wing mirror, shattered their wing mirror into a million pieces. Our wing mirror was fine, so that's okay. But I just left my number, picked up all the pieces and put it in a plastic bag and stuck it on his windscreen wipers, just so that he could see it. Just seeing if I can see the otter there I just spotted. Let's see if he comes up somewhere. But yeah, getting used to the size of the RV has been probably the most difficult thing, getting comfortable with the size of it. Driving down roads, especially when you're in more densely populated areas, driving down like the main roads, the main highways and stuff is fine because the roads are quite wide. They're designed for like trucks, but these like narrow city streets are just not ideal, especially when you're just trying to learn the size of it. So what I've been doing is I've been driving along and using my mirrors to sort of gauge where I am on the road, and just continuously trying to understand how big the vehicle is. So I'm just trying to get the hang of it, basically, just by doing it repeatedly, checking the mirrors, looking at the lines on the road in the mirrors and seeing where I am placed on the road. The more that I do that, the more that I'll understand. I've got the camper van, the motorhome RV, for 6 months, so we've got a long time. But I do want to get used to it as quick as possible, because obviously we're going to be driving in places where it's not ideal for an RV to be, but we want to see as much of Canada as we possibly can. So yeah, I'll have to get used to it. But anyway, that was the first and hopefully the last incident we have in the camper van. Other than that, it's just a matter of like keeping track of your fresh water, your grey water, your black water, finding appropriate dump sites. We're pretty good with the electricity because on board on this RV we have a generator, so if we need to run anything that's got like a high wattage, like say a toaster, or Charlotte sometimes needs to use a hairdryer, then we'll just turn on the generator. We try and do it in places where we're not like disturbing the peace, or disturbing, I don't know, like other people, like outside houses or anything like that. So we just try and do it when we're in places where it's kind of acceptable, like next to a highway or something like that, and we're parked up. And then we get like full use of all the power. We get AC outlets. We've also got like a little lithium battery generator, so that's like a silent generator. We can run some stuff off, some appliances, but yeah, it's just like a matter of like keeping track of all of your like waters and electrics and stuff. The other thing is, campsites have been way more expensive here than I thought they were going to be. Like the place that we're staying at now, obviously it's very picturesque, probably highly sought after, especially in summertime, but it's over $100 a night. And I thought RV life, camp life, van life was supposed to be cheap. I thought that's why people did it. but it's not so cheap, not as cheap as I thought it was going to be. Obviously, we can stay for free in some places, like some less desirable places, like next to highways, random little roadside pull-offs, things like that. But when you want to go and visit, say like we wanted to go and visit Victoria, so we have to stay in a campsite. This is the closest one to Victoria, and it has a great access to a ferry terminal as well, water taxi. So that's why we just decided to pay how much we paid. But yeah, we are struggling a little bit with the prices of campsites, so we'll see how it goes. We'll keep an eye on it, but we'll probably do a lot more free camping throughout this trip than paid campsites, just because they're like some of them are $150 a night. When you're paying that much money, you might as well just go to a hotel. But obviously we have this RV for 6 months, so yeah, we don't want to, what we've paid for the RV, we don't want to pay on top of that another, what's that going to work out to over 6 months? It's like 180 days, we're spending about $100. That's like another 18 grand. So we don't want to spend that much money, obviously. Yeah, there are cheaper campsites around. There are provincial parks, which are like like government owned or state owned land where they have campgrounds. They, I think, are around $20 to $40, maybe $50 a night. So we're going to try some of those next, but we haven't seen any of those on our travels just yet. So we'll have to suss it out when we get there. But as we go further up the island, we're definitely gonna see more of those. And I've also had a lot of help in the comment section from some of you watching, which has been great, because there's been places which I had no idea about, places which we could possibly camp out, which would be cheaper or even free. So if you have any recommendations for Vancouver Island, any places that we shouldn't miss on our journey, or any places where we can park in a picturesque location that's not going to be $100 a night, that would be great. Just let us know in the comments. We can actually see from here as well. I'm not sure if you can make that out. Probably. Those mountains there. That's USA. So that's how close we are to the States. That's I think they're called the Cascades, maybe. We're with some people on our little water taxi yesterday, and yeah, they were saying that's Washington there. So that's how close it is. I didn't realize we were so close to Washington. Esquimalt, place of shoaling waters. So this is the little town, I guess, or neighbourhood of Victoria that we're staying in, Esquimalt. Cute little area. Very picturesque on the seaside here. Yeah, definitely much more scenic, I think, than Vancouver. Vancouver's just so built up, and this just, you can see here, there's a couple of buildings that are kind of high rises, but not as tall as the ones in Vancouver downtown. When you go into the main area around the harbour, they've got historic hotels and they've got the legislative building, but they're I don't know, a maximum of 10 stories, 10 floors maybe. I think even less than that, to be honest, but not very tall. It's not like a building with not like a downtown with loads of skyscrapers there, so a bit more charm to the area, a bit more charm. Obviously there are historic buildings in Vancouver as well, maybe the Fairmont would be an historic building there, but it's in amongst all this steel, metal and glass, these high rises, so they don't really stand out, do they? Unfortunately. Morning.
Morning.
Oh man, I thought we were going to see otters. Any otters? Maybe we'll see some more otters when we head back around to the RV campground. I can show you some otters, or one otter at least, that I filmed yesterday. There he is, swimming around, going into their little houseboat area. That's so cute. They've got little fat tails, which I guess maybe it helps them swim. But they're just like little, I don't know, they kind of remind me of like cats, but a water-based cat. They're just really, really cute. You just want to pick them up. I keep seeing stuff like moving in the water, but I think it's just like rocks with the little waves that are coming in. Oh my goodness, here's a seaplane coming into land at the airport. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, that flew right over our camper van, our RV. It's still really cool to see the seaplanes. We've seen loads of them now since being in Vancouver. The main harbour area in Vancouver is so busy as a little port. I think they run like up to 300 flights a day, or over 300 flights a day from there sometimes. So yeah, it's very busy. A lot of these like regions around Vancouver, they are kind of like serviced by the seaplanes if they need supplies or people need to get to or from the city, I guess. Then the seaplanes is like one of the main lifelines to get food, supplies and everything. Yeah, the seaplanes, because they can access like these remote areas as well, you know, way off where it would just be, I don't know, it would take ages to like get a boat out there, or maybe there's not even roads that go there, you know. Wow. It's so intense when the seaplanes take off as well. What else has been tricky, I guess, in the RV has been our water management, where I think we're just used to like being able to run water, you know, like kind of willy-nilly, and yeah, remembering that you've got like a limited supply of water is something that we're getting used to. We have to fill up like every few days. I'm trying to only have one shower a day, which I normally would do anyway, but you know, sometimes when you're out and about you need to have a couple of showers, you know, one in the morning, and especially because I'm trying to do some exercise as well. So like if I do a workout, obviously I'm going to get a bit sweaty. I want to have a shower after that, so I try and do that at the end of the day, and that's my shower for the day. But yeah, it's just a bit tricky to manage the water, and I guess, you know, find places to fill up. We've got like an app which we've been using to like find places to stay, like water, what else, like dump stations as well, because you can't just dump your grey water all, you know, like the grey water, I would have thought you could kind of like dump it in a drain, maybe, if that goes to like a water treatment facility, but maybe they just don't go to water treatment facilities, but generally it's not allowed. I think there might be some places like up in Alaska where you can do that, but yeah, you're not allowed to dump grey water around just like anywhere, unfortunately. So that means that we have to like go to a place and pay, usually like an RV park, but you also, obviously you get that service as well when you pay to stay in an RV park. So if we can make our water last a week, and maybe we just stay in a campsite once a week, that could be okay. But those provincial parks that I was talking about, I don't think that they offer services such as like grey water, black water disposal. I'm pretty sure that you have to do that at like an RV park normally. Maybe that's why they're a bit more expensive, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's like one of the challenges that we've been coming to terms with in the RV. It's not like an easy life, but it's an adventurous life. And I think that's like the main draw card for a lot of people, is the experiences that you get to have, the places that you get to stay, maybe the sunrises, the sunsets that you get to see when you're in an RV, when you're in a camper van. You know, you're just going to be out in nature more, you're going to see more, rather than being like in a city, in a hotel, where you've got like a sprawling urban environment. Yeah. So that's the trade-off. We're just trying to make the most of it, but yeah, still definitely getting used to all the quirks of RV life. Bet a lot of you are wondering how much we paid for the RV. 6 months is a long time, and we didn't pay full price, we got a deal. So that's the reason why we went for this, because the options were to get like a camper van that we could find on like Marketplace, or the like Canadian version of like Gumtree or Trade Me or whatever, but that would have limited us to a lesser budget, so we wouldn't have been able to get something quite as nice as what we've got. We would have got something maybe around like the $20,000 mark for cash, but it would have been very old. It would have been like 20 to 30 years old. It may have broken down on us. It may have had some appliances not working, maybe the water pumps, all that kind of stuff. So we would have had issues that we would have had to fix along the way. Going this route, we looked at different options for rental as well, leasing, but we managed to make a deal with a local company, Fraserway. It's like a family-run business, like still a family-run business in Vancouver. They manufacture their RV like shells in like the cabins in America, I'm pretty sure, but it's all like based out of Canada, the Fraserway RV company. So it's I'm glad we went with them. I'm glad we were able to make a deal with them, because it's sort of allows us to focus more on Canada, and you know, we're sort of like giving up our skills and our time to like capture all of this content which they're going to use, and we also get to have these amazing experiences as well. It would have cost us, if we rented just normally as a normal customer, it would have cost us maybe, I think the quote was around 50,000 Canadian dollars plus tax, which in BC is 12%, 5% GST plus 7% provincial sales tax. And well, that would have totaled around $56,000, which obviously we couldn't afford. But we made a deal with them to do a lot of like video content and stuff. Basically, they value content enough that they're willing to do that. Photos, videos, the kind of things that we do full time as a couple on the road. It's a really, really low price. So we're very, very lucky, very, very lucky to be able to get it for that. But yeah, this is it. This is our camper van right here. We've got a nice awning. This is one of the other things that the Fraserway brand offer that I don't think any other camper van companies offer. They lock the awnings off. They build their campers with awnings, but they actually lock them off for rentals because they don't want people to wreck them. I think the damages. But yeah, Fraserway say no, I think you should be able to use the awning, so they include it, they allow you to use it. But yeah, it's got all the all the bells and whistles in there. Generator, solar panel, shower, toilet, everything. It's very, very comfortable. But yeah, here's the spot. Here's where we're staying for the night, where we stayed last night. I'm gonna go check on that laundry. I think it's done. Let's go suss it out. All right, I've got another machine here. Good. We can get a second load in. And then I think I gotta head over to the reception to grab some more coins. I've run out of loonies. 1, 2, 3. Might have to get some more of these laundry sheets actually. Normal warm. That's $3 as well. So I think I've only got 2 loonies left, but the reception doesn't open until, well, 20 minutes. I need another loonie so I can start a dry. I would give you a tour around the camper, but my wife's in there asleep, and she probably doesn't appreciate being woken up with a camera in her face early in the morning. I'll give you a walk around the outside anyway. So there's like a sleeping bay up the front above the cab, which is quite handy, I guess, if you have kids. You've got storage as well, so this is storage, all of that, and then we've got all of our connections here as well. This is actually plumbed straight into the city water, so we get our pressure from the normal like mains water, which is quite handy. And then we've got our electricity here that's plugged into the mains, and then we've got our sewer. We've got our sewer pipe here as well, black water and grey water. So that at the moment is just running straight into the waste of the park. And then we've got a spare tyre. We've got a garage as well, which is quite big. You can see the whole size of it here. And then these are our facilities. We've got like a water for our portable water. So if we want to top it up, that's where it goes. This is a furnace. We've got our propane tank here, and then I think this is our fridge. But yeah, nice and big, obviously. And then the cab in the front. Wow. You can see in there it's very spacious, but remember, like I was saying, the cab, it ends here. Then you've got another foot to get to the awning, and then you've got like another at least 6 inches for the mirror. So it's quite tricky to get used to. I'm driving on the wrong side of the bloody car as well to what I'm used to, what I got taught to drive in. So this side's okay. I can get close to the center line here, and I know sort of where I am. But looking at this side, normally I would be gauging the width of my vehicle by the cab, but obviously there's extra I've got to account for, which just makes it a little more complicated. But I'm getting used to it. Like I said, I'm just practicing every time I'm driving it, like road placement, making sure I'm in the middle, and hopefully I get better and better, and we have no more incidents. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see any sea otters, guys. All that you can see is the one that I've shared with you from my phone screen. But let's wrap it up there. That was our first little RV campsite video. I guess I will show you the inside of our vehicle in a future video, and then I'll also take you on some other hikes around the place when we stay in other places. I'm hoping we get to stay in some places for a little bit longer rather than one night here, one night there. Hoping that we can pull up and stay in places for a few nights if we find a nice spot, and then I'll be able to do some more videos and show you guys the inside of the camper van as well. We've got Starlink as well, which is like, because we're on the road for 6 months, having internet, like unlimited fast internet, is a lifesaver. I'm working on the road as well, so I'm doing a little bit of video editing for other people, and I'm also editing these videos and another channel that I have as well. So there's lots of work to do on the road. We've got a great workspace inside, internet, running water. I mean, it's pretty ideal for our situation. We want to travel, we want to have as many experiences as we can, and this is the way to do it. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching, and like I said, if you have any recommendations for Vancouver Island, places to stay, or recommendations for things we should not miss, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.